Okay, it's a nice wintry morning, fun and getting out. The camera. Yeah, I've been traveling a lot and still got the stupid head cold, but fun and getting out. Nice snowy day, and it's a little cold, so I'm quite surprised seeing the squirrels are still out. So I want to talk a little bit about squirrels. Squirrels are phenomenal, by the way. So right here we got the Eastern Gray Squirrel. Most of them are black, but we'll get to that in a minute why they are. But they do not hibernate. I mean, right now you think they'd be hibernating. Ground squirrels, or a groundhog, or a chipmunk actually truly hibernate. They completely go dormant in the winter, but squirrels do not. They may slow down when it's cold and go up into their nests, or your attic, whatever, or crook in a tree, whatever, or hole in a tree. But you see these clumps of leaves in a tree, that's a squirrel nest. So they actually put a bed of pine in there as well to make it nice and comfortable. So they'll go in there when it's cold, or to have their young. And they have young twice a year, actually. They have at least 2 or 3 babies, and they actually stay in the nest almost till they're almost like pretty much teenagers. Because when you see them come out of the nest, they don't look like babies anymore, so they stay in the nest for quite a while. Anyway, blah blah blah. So yeah, we also have red squirrels here, but red squirrel is more boreal, meaning it's more in conifer trees and stuff like that, not deciduous like these guys. But the Eastern Gray Squirrel, oh, sounds of wilderness. You know, you can hear the sound so much because it's snowing. It echoes in the snow. Cool. Anyway, I got a bunch of squirrels around me. Gray squirrel, black squirrel, they're the same. Okay? A lot more black squirrels around in this park than actually gray. I've seen 1 gray and about 7 black squirrels. Black squirrels, the hypothesis of it, that hasn't been proven, but the hypothesis is that the gray squirrel, more north it goes, the more it's adapted to cold environments, therefore more black. So black absorbs more heat, so therefore it's adapted to that. So it's the same squirrel, it's a different color. Anyway, really cool. Yeah, so they don't hibernate. Well, Angel, you're getting really lots of snow on you. And chipmunk does, groundhog does, ground squirrel does. They're actually rodentia, not lagomorph, so they're rodents of the trees. Lagomorph is a rabbit. It's not a rodent. So its teeth continually to grow all the time. So why? Is it needs those teeth to bite down into nuts and things like that. So they'll always grow, so they'll always have to chew things, because if it doesn't, if you have one in captivity, you always have to make sure that it's chewing on something. Okay, they are really good climbers. They have this tail that twitches to warn everybody that, hey, something's nearby, and a certain twitch means a certain animal. They're really smart, actually. In fact, they'll recognize you. If you go for a walk in the woods all the time, it gets to know you, and it recognizes if you're in danger or if you're dangerous or not. And it will tell everybody else by either a call, which is cha-cha-cha-cha-cha, or a tail wag. If it goes wee, wee, like that, it's actually talking to other squirrels. Cha-cha-cha means something is of danger. They can literally leap 7 feet up to another tree, and they can fall to great heights. Amazing. They put their body out, they land feet first, hands first, sorry, and they use their tail to actually, like a parachute. They also use their tail above their heads when it's raining out, like an umbrella. When it's hot, they'll do that to cool themselves down. When they're cold, they'll actually put their tail around them to keep themselves warm. Fascinating animal, to be honest. Their wrists twist 180 degrees, so they can actually really do well in climbing and falling and landing. And yeah, what else? There's so many things about squirrels. There's so many around here. They just don't eat nuts. Like, they love nuts because it's high nutrient value to them, so that's why they like them. But also they'll eat insects. They'll eat baby birds in the nest in the springtime. Yeah, they'll eat anything high nutrients. They eat mushrooms in the fall, and yes, they'll get buzzed off them. Yeah, it's kind of cool for them, I guess. I don't know. Oh yeah, and they kiss each other and put a chemical between them, and they communicate by doing that. They kiss each other and say, yeah, I might mate with you, or I think you're dangerous, I don't really like you. And that's when you see them kissing, that's why they're doing it. They're spitting. They're changing their spit. Who knew? They also remember where their food is stashed in the wintertime, And mainly it's because their brain expands. It really does. Their skull expands and their brain expands so they can remember things better. True, it's true. Red squirrels, not so much. They're not as smart. And they're more hyper and more aggressive, to be quite honest, than the gray squirrels. But yeah, they remember where the stuff is in the wintertime by expanding their brain horizon. Okay, let's see if I can find a few more for you. Oh, there's one right there. And yeah, it's nice to get out. Squirrels, love them. And fascinating creatures. When you look at them in the bird feeder and you're wondering, how can they do that? Because they're smart. But they don't hibernate. They might go dormant a bit, or not dormant, a little bit sleepy, just like a bear. Well, not so much as a bear. Bear does that more. Actually, right now, the female bears are in their dens and they're awake because they're actually feeding their young on their teats. True. Yeah, so groundhog or ground squirrel does truly hibernate completely. So does the chipmunks, that's why you don't see them. But you'll see squirrels throughout the winter. And when it gets really cold, they'll go into what's called a ney. I think it's called ney. N-E-Y-S. Yeah? Yeah. What's a day? Ney? Day. That thing, up in the tree. All right, thanks for coming out. Okay, gotta redo this. This is playing with editing right now. The whole entire morning I kept calling the squirrel nest Ney. It's not a Ney, it's a Drey.